Hello Albuquerque, I'm Dr. Joe Kasper and welcome to the Underground Health Club. Before we begin our great program today on health and how it empowers us, I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors. Let me begin with Muscle Goat Protein. As you'll see down here, we got great flavors: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Absolutely delicious. And here's the best part. The lab, the manufacturing facility, the goats, everything is all together. Most vitamin companies will never, ever do that. So it's very, very exciting what's going on with Muscle Goat Protein. People of all ages, all conditions can take it. If you're lactose intolerant, usually I find that most people are cow intolerant. You might want to try it. It's very good on the stomach, great for digestion. So again, that's Muscle Goat Protein, musclegoat.com. Vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, delicious flavors for all ages and all conditions. Now next, we want to thank our other sponsor, which is PowerPack 3. That's right, PowerPack 3. That's my original product. Probiotic digestive enzyme multivitamin packets that go from the lab right to you. No middleman, no warehouse, nothing. That's the way vitamins should be. I only make a certain amount every month, and then they're gone, and then we make more. And the probiotic digestive enzyme packets with multivitamin really help people who have gut issues, digestive issues, helps you break down your food. It's a phenomenal product, and I stand by it 1,000%, if that's even possible. Okay. Next, we'd like to thank Mom's Butter. Okay. Again, Mom's Butter, which is, if you look at that picture there, you'll see that lady. That is my mom, Lenore Kasper from Staten Island. And her and I together designed this great butter. It's a goat ghee, which means if it's liquid, okay, it's because it's warm. If it's solid, because it's cool, almost like coconut oil. It never goes rancid. Very, very delicious. Tastes great with fish, with eggs, oatmeal. You know, put on bread if you're a bread person. But it has a really good taste, very easy to digest, and much better than cooking oils because, again, it doesn't go rancid. So this is great. The feedback has been amazing. In fact, we're almost sold out of our first batch. I'm going to be making more in the next 2 weeks. So, and we're going to actually change the bottle size too. So we're going to have some larger bottle sizes coming out. So if people have been asking, they want more, we're going to deliver. So these are our great sponsors. We really appreciate it. What I want to talk about now is the last few weeks have been very, very emotional. As a lot of you know who tune into the program every week, I was in a major car accident. It'll be 3 weeks ago on Friday. And during that accident, I hit my head on the steering wheel, and my car was totaled, which I don't care about the car. I could care less. I had some whiplash. I was hit by a drunk driver on Tramway and Manal. She was going between 40 and 50 miles an hour. My car felt like an explosion. And texting and drunk at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is horrible, horrible. And during that time, I spoke to some of my friends who've had some drinking issues, and they've said, Joe, we've done that. Wow, we're lucky we're alive. We're lucky we didn't kill anyone. And then last week, we brought on Dana Childs, our great executive producer here, who was amazing and voluntarily came on the program to talk about his issues with alcohol. He's a former great football player from Nebraska who played for Tom Osborne. So we were honored to have him, and he really explained how this is a disease. So I give Dana a lot of credit. And it's hard for me to talk about the whole alcohol thing because I'm not a drinker. I'm not. I drank a little bit when I was younger, but it's just not my thing. It never really has been. And in sports, drinking is huge. It always has been, and it always will. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. I mean, it really is true. So just understand that. So today we're going to talk about another subject that actually relates to the whole drinking thing. So think about this. A lot of people, not say a lot, many and some people, depending on what category you give, have certain habits. And drinking is a big habit. And a lot of times with drinking goes smoking. And I can remember back in college, we go out, we're 18, 19, 20 years old, and you know, you're talking to someone. I remember talking to a girl, and she'll go, I only smoke when I'm drinking, you know, and I never forgot that. I never forgot, and it's interesting, I only smoke when I'm drinking. So I'd see a girl on campus, and I go, you know, you're smoking. I guess you're drinking at the same time. What they're really trying to say is, I guess, is it's a habit that's hard to give up. And it's interesting that my mom, who I spoke to today, we had to talk about this. My mom, as a lot of you know, started smoking at the age of 12. You heard me, 7th grade. She started smoking at the age of 12 and continued through the age of 48. And because of that reason, she's missing the middle lobe of her right lung. And it's really funny that when you're young, you think you're invincible. Not the movie with Vince Papale, but people think they're invincible. Nothing's going to happen to me. And I still have friends to this day who still have smoking issues, and some of these are guys I play sports with. But my mom said this on the phone today, which is interesting. I wanted to bring her on the program, actually I did, but she's not feeling that great, okay, which is starting to alarm me. And she said, I spent all those years smoking, okay, I guess 36 years smoking. It's my fault that I have this issue now, okay, but I don't want to give up. Okay, she doesn't have cancer, thank goodness. But she smoked for all those years, so when she gets a flu or bronchitis, whatever, it becomes a major situation at the age of 81. So what the doctors do is they put you on more medicine to help, but no one has solved the problem, okay? And as I told her on the phone a few minutes ago, Ma, it's my issue. In other words, I guess maybe my ego, but I want to solve the problem. Find the person who can help her. I mean, because I'm not an expert in that area. All I know is when you take certain medications that she does, there are tremendous, tremendous side effects, okay? Prednisone is a horror show. It is. I mean, it helps you break up the mucus. I get that, but it's made from rat poison and has 14 side effects. And there could be even more. That's what they let you know. So it's my job to try to help her as best as I can. So I'm going to do some special things with her this summer to get her well. And I don't quit. That's not in my DNA. I won't let her. That's it. I mean, and you know, I'm a tough New Yorker. That's it. My mom's tough too. So one of my jobs this summer is to get her back on track. Just like I get my own body back on track from the whiplash and my head injury. That's what I do. Like it or not, that's what I do. I don't quit. I don't have it in me. So, you know, as we're talking about these things, smoking is really, really interesting thing because think about when we're teenagers. And I remember it started in middle school. I remember we're on the bus, and I took the bus in Staten Island to middle school. And I remember, I think it was about 7th grade, all of a sudden, you know, people you're friends with from elementary school on the bus, and all of a sudden, I smell, what's that smell? I'm like, oh, it smells like, because my mom smoked, people are smoking cigarettes and other things too. I'm like, in 7th grade? I'm like, whoa. But I didn't try it. I was petrified of it because I knew the smell made me want to gag, but it was gross. But people do that. And that's when it starts for some people. The sad part is you might start smoking in 7th grade like my mother did. Okay, so she basically started smoking in 1949. Okay, because she's born in 37. So that's kind of crazy. All right. So people start at middle school, and I'll quit one day, and all of a sudden, they're 18, they're 19. Okay, they're 35, they're 42. Wow. And it's not going to happen to me, right? It can happen to anyone. So anyway, I just got a note from the producer that we actually right now need to go to a commercial break. And we get back, and we're going to get into what happens when you smoke. And I have some ideas, and hopefully I can help you guys with. And I'll share some more stories. Thank you.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Hello folks, I'm Dr. Joe Kasper. And when it comes to protein, there's a lot of different products out there. And I'm going to tell you flat out, Muscle Goat protein is the best protein on the market. No chemicals, no fillers. The goats are fed apple cider vinegar in their water every morning. No cows on the property, no cross-contamination. And people who have any kind of health issues can use it. For more information, go to www.musclegoat.com.
Wondering if you can afford the ring of her dreams? At Crown Jewels and Coin, we actually double the diamond for what you would pay at a chain store. Trade in your old jewelry towards GIA certified diamonds. Choose from a large selection of settings featuring Viraggio. We can customize a design and offer no credit check 2-year interest-free financing. Get more than you ever thought possible here at Albuquerque's family jeweler for over 50 years. Crown Jewels and Coin, for all you treasure. 3248 San Mateo at Kruger's Corner.
Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewNetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
And we're back for the second segment of the Underground Health Club. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Kasper. And we left off before the commercial break talking about cigarette smoking. And sometimes when I have stories, folks, they don't always involve me because certain habits I have that are good. I'm not perfect, some not so good. I mean, I know I'm loud, I got a big mouth, I don't shut up sometimes. That's who I am, okay? But when it comes to like alcohol, and I brought Dana Childs on because he's an expert in that, because he is a recovering alcoholic and a great guy. So when it comes to cigarette smoking, it's very tough because I never smoked a day in my life, zero. But here's the funny thing is, my mom smoked for a long time. Did the secondhand smoke affect me? Probably. I mean, my lungs are good. I don't have cancer, all that stuff, great. But it's something that is a habit that I mentioned before that people pick up, and it starts young. Like anything else, people start at a young age. So I mentioned my mom being 12, and I remember going to middle school and first seeing on the bus, and like people I grew up with, I'm like, wow, this is what you're doing. Huh. And now here was the crazy part. So you start to play sports when you're 7, 8, 9 years old, but as you get older, it gets more competitive because that's what life is. There's a lot of competition in life. And I remember I had this friend of mine around the corner. His name was Ronnie. I'll leave off his last name. So we played hockey. I played in the Staten Island Hockey League, and he a great hockey player. I was mediocre at best. I didn't, but it was fun. My mom thought hockey was a good idea because football was too violent. Now, hockey can make you very violent because back then when we played in the late 70s, early 80s, okay, I'm showing my age, when someone checked you, you could have a fight. Like we had fist fights, we decked each other, I'm being honest with you, and you got a penalty for 2 or 5 minutes, you're back in the game. Today, if you play hockey and you hit someone, you're out of the league, you're going to jail. I mean, it's different. The kids can't do that either, but it was almost like the movie Slapshot. It got to that point. Actually, it was funny that parents got onto the ice and were fighting sometimes, so I can't make this up. It was crazy. So one of the guys I played, hockey with, Ronnie, he a great player. He smoked cigarettes, other things too, which I can't say, but he did. I'm like, wow. So why is he doing this? And I think about the worst thing. In middle school, I remember when Bubblicious came out, all the bubble gum, we would put it in our sock, and then we chew gum you're not supposed to. So that's as far as I went. But I remember him telling me, Joe, try this. You'll like it. I'm like, no. So I didn't give in to the peer pressure. I don't think I would have liked it anyway, but, and I would say, Ronnie, why do you smoke? And he goes, oh, because it's cool. I don't think it's cool. But that was what it was. And people smoked, they started hanging out, drinking at a young age, you see these things, and then, and then socialization with girls. So I wasn't that advanced. I was a very young 12, okay? Very young. Okay, so because I didn't smoke or drink, I knew what was going on. I couldn't even talk to a female. I mean, petrified. And actually lasted through high school, being afraid to talk to girls through high school. But that's another story for another episode. So with the cigarette smoking, I remember in middle school, we had this great teacher, Mr. Dennis Torricelli, mentioning his name. His father worked with my dad in Metropolitan Life Insurance a long time ago. And they showed us these old black and white they weren't videos, I guess, almost home movie kind of things. And they showed us what the nicotine does to your lungs, and it makes them black. I'm like, wow. And I believed it. And other kids, whatever, didn't care, or they didn't matter to them. I'm like, okay, this science teacher is showing us information, okay, that can help us. So I wasn't the rebel type because I grew up in a strict household. You just didn't think that way. And I said, okay, if he's telling us that you can get cancer, you will die from cigarettes, okay, then I don't need to do it. So it's about that time where I started talking to my mom. I go, Ma, this is ridiculous. And my mom and her neighbors, and they had like smoking parties. It was crazy. They sat in the kitchen and just smoked. It was gross. It was disgusting. And here's the funny part. All the people that I know that are recovering smokers now, they hate it worse than me. I mean, to them, it's so gross. In other words, if you smoke by my mom, she's going to go ballistic now. I mean, ballistic. So they would do this, and all the neighbors smoked. And my mom explained this to me, too, is about the smoking, that when she went to the doctor, because I saw this, too, he would give her cigarettes. So in the 80s, I remember taking my mom to the doctor. Well, not taking, going with her to the doctor. And literally, he's like, Lenore, you want some cigarettes? He handed them to her. And I'm saying to myself, what an idiot. I mean, what a complete idiot. And I didn't trust the guy. I'm like, you just don't do that. Even if you smoke as a doctor, your patient smokes, what is wrong with you? I'm like, wow. It was such the norm. And if you look back from the 1950s and 60s, there are commercials with doctors promoting cigarettes as it's good for you. I'm not kidding. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I don't know why people do it. I don't know why they do it. So as you flash forward, when you socialize too, I remember some high school parties, people are smoking, and the girls think it's cool. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. And then here's the crazy part. So the people that played sports, now, as a track runner, which I was, I didn't see the track people smoking cigarettes, okay, because a lot of endurance stuff, they didn't do that. Baseball guys, football, the explosive sports, yeah, and they did other stuff too, which I'm not going to say, but that was part of it. So people are smoking cigarettes. It's almost like, wow. But again, I'm thinking you learned it from your parents, obviously, a lot of them. So, and it seemed to me that back in the day, it seemed like everyone smoked because, again, as my mom said, it was thought to be cool. But it becomes such a habit that it's hard to quit. So fast forward to college, and you're going out to the bars, and the girls are smoking, but I don't do it near me. I thought it was gross. And here's another crazy part about me, I guess, is I have, not lately, a long time ago, I've dated smokers. And it goes back to the whole thing. I think I've told you guys that I've dated not one, not two, but 3 alcoholics. Not recovering ones. They were alcoholics when I was dating them. So it goes back to the whole rescue thing. So I figured, if they're smoking, I'll fix them, which I didn't. The alcohol stuff, a little more success, but the smoking, no. And I'm like, wow, they're doing this. I mean, they're doing this. And I'm wondering why. Why do they have to be doing this? So as we fast forward to college and all that stuff, and then let me get to 1986. That was the year that my mom was diagnosed with a health issue. That's when it started for her, a health issue. And the doctor who actually gave her the cigarettes said, looks like you have cancer. He was wrong, okay? And he shouldn't have done what he did. Him and I actually had a huge argument, and anyway, that was the end of, I think my mom was his last patient because he went to do something else in another state, so I'll leave it at that. My mom thought she had cancer, okay? And when we come back from commercial break, I will finish up on that story. We'll see you back in a minute. Thank you.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884
1234. Garden Swords Team Sales.
Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.ProViewNetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
Hello, folks. I'm Dr. Joe Kasper. And when it comes to protein, there's a lot of different products out there. And I'm going to tell you flat out, Muscle Goat protein is the best protein on the market. No chemicals, no fillers. The goats are fed apple cider vinegar in their water every morning. No cows on the property, no cross-contamination. And people who have any kind of health issues can use it. For more information, go to www.musclegoat.com.
For 55 years, people have bought trucks from Tillery in Los Lunas. We have a great selection of vehicles, the quality service department, and some of the best deals in the state. But most importantly, we found people prefer to buy trucks from people who actually drive trucks.
Tillery is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Locally owned and operated, located in Los Lunas, right off I-25, exit 203. Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
And welcome back to the third and final segment of today's program, the Underground Health Club. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Kasper. And as we left for a commercial break, I was going to get into, I am going to get into 1986 when my mom was misdiagnosed with cancer. It's funny, that happened a couple times in her life. Interesting. She's never had it, thank goodness. So the doctor told her that looks like you have cancer, and she didn't. What happened was she had an abscess in the middle lobe of her right lung. And as soon as she had the diagnosis for all this, she said, Joe, I'm done smoking. Here are my cigarettes, done. Like, I took the carton, I ripped them apart. She didn't buy packs, she bought cartons. And she hasn't looked back. Like, in other words, they always say cold turkey doesn't work. For my mother, it worked perfectly. She hasn't even had a thought of a cigarette. And that was the end of it. Done, finite. That's it. She never smoked again the rest of her life, and she never will. And it was scary. I mean, and it was interesting because we weren't sure she was going to live because she's missing part of her lung. So it's another reason that she has some breathing problems. And, it's crazy, but she's starting to blame herself. And I love my mother very much, as everyone knows, and I announced that because I do help take care of her, and it's an honor to do so, is I believe in never giving up, okay? Never giving up. And somehow I'm going to figure out a way to help her this summer. I will, because I know I will. But this whole cigarette thing it's really something that the people that make them know you're going to be addicted. It's about money. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, just like alcohol. But here's the good thing about cigarettes now is a lot of restaurants around the world have banned cigarette smoking. They just have. Certain bars as well, which is interesting because the more people smoke, they might drink, but that's not my issue. So that is a good thing. Secondhand smoke does kill. And here's another part. People sometimes will have like a pet, let's say a cat or a dog, and they'll go, how did my animal get cancer? Did you smoke around him? Oh yeah, there you go. That's one way. There's other ways too, but so cigarette smoking affects animals too. I mean, they don't realize it. And secondhand smoke does kill. And I see people in Albuquerque and New York and all different places around the world when I travel that they will smoke around their children, around babies. And I can tell you this, my mom made a mistake. She admits this. She smoked during her pregnancy from beginning to end with my brother and with myself. Now, I am lucky that I don't have diseases. I mean, you know, I could have cancer right now. So I'm really, really blessed on that end. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. If you're a smoker, okay, if you're a smoker, maybe there's a way where you can cut back. And I've worked with some clients, and I have a real good friend. He's a hypnotherapist. He's helped a lot of people with cigarette smoking. His name is Lee Needham from North Carolina. If you want his information, he has over a 90% success rate with getting people to quit. Lee Needham out of North Carolina. I will gladly give you his phone number. Great guy. And people smoke, and you want to cut back. So if you're smoking a pack a day, cut it back even 1, 2, like anything else. That could help. It really can. It really can. You want to really cut back on this stuff. I mean, they're cancer sticks. I mean, they absolutely cause cancer, no question about it. You can find studies that say it doesn't harm you because they always have studies that counter because, you know, it's about making money for a lot of people. So if there's a way to do that, fine. I would. I really would think about that if I were you. I really would think about finding a way to cut back on the cigarette smoking. Now, if you do what my mom did, that's great. But don't wait for a doctor to say you have an illness, you have, you know, lung. Don't. And is it easy to quit? No. Do I know? No, because I have never smoked a cigarette a day in my life. So I don't know. And I'm not going to apologize for that. I just don't know. And hopefully you can figure it out. Like I said, hypnotherapist is a good idea. There are people who can help you. There's groups all around Albuquerque and around the world that can help you to recover. Think about that because I think it's something that can really help you to live longer because that's what you want to do. If you want to contact me directly, and I'll talk to you and give you all my information on people that I know who run these groups, my direct line is 917-399-9754. That's 917-399-9754. That's a New York City number that I still have. Call me. My email is drjoekasper@gmail.com. That's Dr. Joe Kasper with a K @gmail.com. I'll help you. I'm very blessed in this city. I have tremendous, tremendous connections, even better here than Staten Island. People have been so warm to me since I've been here for 6.5 years. And let me share that with you. No charge. I mean, none at all. I will gladly show you my connections in a lot of areas of health. I have connections for elk meat and for eggs and great stuff, okay? I have great physicians, nurse practitioners, esthetician people I know, chiropractors, acupuncture. Ask me. I will gladly give you their information, you know, and they'll help you. So think about that. And please, please, let's work on quitting smoking. It's a terrible habit. My smoker friends will tell you it's a habit that they so much want to get rid of as well. Okay, so on that note, folks, we're going to end the program real soon. But I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to thank our great sponsors. Muscle Goat Protein, that's musclegoat.com. Delicious flavors, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Super tasty for shakes. You can use a pre-workout, post-workout, and during as well. It works great, much better than cow protein because remember, a goat has 1 stomach, a cow has 4. So much easier to digest it. Again, that's Muscle Goat Protein, musclegoat.com. And our next sponsor we're going to thank is PowerPack 3. That's right, PowerPack 3. The best supplement packets there are. Probiotic, digestive enzyme, multivitamin packets that go from the lab right to you. No warehouse, no shelf. Help you break down your food. Work amazingly with all conditions. And all this stuff too, by the way, never contraindicates medication because it's all food-based. Just so you know that. So you can take it. It will not have a problem with any medicine you take. And last but not least, the product that I designed with my mom, momsbutter.com, goat ghee. Delicious tasting, 1 ingredient. Again, that's 1 ingredient. Goat ghee, great for eggs, fish, oatmeal, whatever you're going to do. It is amazing taste, great for digestion as well because, again, it doesn't go rancid and it'll absorb into your body too because it's from a goat, not a cow. Well, folks, on that note, we're about to end the program. I want to thank you so much for listening to me today. And please, please cut back or quit smoking. Thank you so much. Have a great day.